I'm not sure if you can see me. Sorry.
Yep, I can see
Hello.
that.
Okay. So I worked in the Indigeneity lab wild rice initiative for 2 years. This year my co-lead researcher, student researcher was Bridget Clark. Um, and our facilitators are Dr. Slappy and Dr. Shram. Wild rice objective is to understand the biological side and cultural aspect to wild rice altogether. Um, and we're trying to restore wild rice back into Menomonee Valley, the Milwaukee area. Um, and the solutions that we use would be exploring like areas for it, cultivating wild rice. Oh, not cultivating it, but just finding a wild rice that would be useful to the Milwaukee area and can also sustain the weather. Um, so wild rice come in four different strands. The wild rice that we worked with is Palutris and Aquatica. Um, oops, sorry. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. Oh no, the slides. Uh, there we go. My fault. Yeah. Okay, so wild rice can be found, well, both strands can be found within Wisconsin, both Aquatica and Palutris that are overlapping. Um, but the importance of Menomonee, good berry, also known as wild rice, is that it is sacred for many indigenous communities of Northern America. The culture and tradition that goes into it would be blessing the wild rice before harvesting. Um, and dancing the rice. Uh, I wish I had a video of it. Nope, sorry. I apologize. So within these pictures, this would be the parching. So you'll have to dry out the wild rice before um dancing it. In this image right here, and Elder Vernon would play music for us to dance on the rice. So it was a cultural aspect to it in a way. And yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, the economics behind it would be that it is a superfood, that Menomonee is a grain, um also the cousin of wild rice. I mean also the cousin of grass. It is also a high demand in proteins and low fat contents, which makes it sustainable for tribes to use for economics and also feed their families too. So Monoman's requirement and benefits would be that it has to be in water about 6 inches to 3 feet. Um, the sediment has to be soft mud or organic bottom, and the environmental benefits would be um, it enriches the soil or sediment that it is in. The root system holds the sediment. The genetics behind wild rice in general. So this would be the stages of wild rice. So when we first got to the lab, It was in floating leaf stage, but it's on top of the roof, so it doesn't have flowing water in a way, but it still can grow. So this was the germination stage. Oh, my fault. Submerged leaf stage, which we had the honor to do in the lab. So we just took some seeds that we gained from Turtle Creek area, which is a public space, and it wasn't on tribal land. Um, and then we took them into the lab and placed them in water to see if they germinate properly, which they did in these images. This would be floating leaf stage, but in Turtle Creek. We don't have a floating stage on the rooftop due to the lack of flowing water. And then these are the aerial shoots. The image right, oops, sorry. The image, ooh, yikes. Okay, the image with the black tarp would be the rooftop, and we found those first in aerial stage, so they kind of skipped over the stage in a way. Whereas in nature, here are some aerial shoots, which were about, I want to say, 3 feet. And then this would be the flowering stage. As you can see, wild rice has two segments. The top segment would be the female segment, and so it would collect pollen from the second segment, which could come in purple, white, or a mixture of both. Um, and the phenotype from the rice that we had prior to last year research would be palustrous. So the phenotype would be more slim, and the pollen from the male segment wouldn't go further out. Similar, I mean, in this image right here, which would be the more aquatic um, phenotype. I meant genotypes that we had found, and this would be where we sourced our new strand of wild rice from Turtle Creek. All right. And this is the reintroduction of wild rice in Milwaukee. Like, this is our goal. We kind of want to get it back into what it looks similar to in 1872, but with industrializing, it kind of prevented wild rice from thriving in that area. Oops, sorry. And then we'll go over the possible placements that we were looking into placing wild rice with the help of urban ecology. Um, so the red dot would, it's kind of like a Goldilocks situation. The red dot had too steep of water for the wild rice to be in, plus the sediment was more rock-like. Um, and we also saw a soft shell turtle there. Um, Next would be the orange dot, which was also too steep, but the water turbulence would possibly disrupt the germination process within the wild rice. And the yellow dot, which was a ramp for canoes and fishing, and sometimes, but it was too rock-like, so we need to find more of a sediment. And the blue dot, oh, we also saw a crawfish. My fault. Um, The blue dot is perfect for now, but with visiting the site recently, it was dried out, so we got to figure out a way to implement the seeds that are germinating into the riverbank so that they don't flow away or possibly dry out. but also in the summer the water levels varies throughout the day. Um, all right, and then we did sediment testing. So this image on the left side would be the sediment tested from Menomonee Valley, and then the sediment we had on the rooftop, and then oop, this will be the results. I know it's small right now, but the image on the right, I mean the containers on the right, will be the sediment from Menomonee Valley, which actually helped the plants grow more. I think I got an image. Oh, no, I didn't update it. But from the results, we could understand that Menomonee Valley sediment is better for the wild rice seeds that we obtained. But we also had to take the germinated seeds that we once had in the lab, like on the windowsill. We had to put them into the sediment of Menomonee Valley, and we placed it in an incubator so that they'll thrive. And then we tried cold tolerance on wild rice, which is very resilient, and they thrive more in cold weather while in aerial shoot stage. All right, so this will be the genetic side of it. We did PCR testing or polychain reactant testing. And we took samples of the leaves from outside on the rooftop, grinding them up basically, and um, basically it's a paternity test for plants. Um, but more so, we wanted to figure out which strand we were working with Turtle Creek, and we found that. Oh, oh, okay. We found that the Turtle Creek strain is a hybrid, so it could be a subcategory of Aquatica and Palutrus. Um, but this is like small sampling size, so we're not certain on it. But from the results, it could be a hybrid of Aquatica and Palutrus. And yeah, thank you.